Today's horoscope, Pisces June 4th, 2025. Discover your future with my daily horoscope for you about love, work, health, money and compatibility with other signs. In the first half of the day, small complications can have a way of taking over your mind. Awareness of this tendency can help you overcome it, since brooding or dwelling on unresolved matters from your past can interfere with your enjoyment of the present. It may be better to steer your thinking toward creative pursuits, but this is not about ignoring problems. The goal is to avoid dwelling on them in favor of considering them and aiming to resolve them going forward. A fresh approach or plan of action is in order. Your best bet for managing feelings of being overwhelmed may be to focus on more minor problems and work your way up rather than succumb to pressures to handle things immediately. Inner confusion manifests in fluctuating energy levels and emotions, but as the day progresses, you seek inspiration, and it's a fine time for personal enjoyment and acceptance. You are one of the most giving and nurturing zodiac signs of all. However, whenever the moon spins across the skies from you into Virgo, this energy is especially amplified. Virgo is focused on being compassionate, affectionate, and of service at all times. This is why, collectively, we will all feel these energies rising from within us. Virgo is also a very domestic zodiac sign, so leaning into this kind of vibration will also make you feel entirely at one with the universe and at peace. If you have lots to do, work at your own pace. Forget about what everyone else is doing. You'll be way more productive if you follow the beat of your own drum. The current transit makes this a good time for a general cleansing, one that really should take place at least once or twice a year. Look to your body and begin the cleansing process. Plenty of water, of course, is very important the whole way through. If you are able, try to maintain a couple of days' worth of strict dietary limitations, eating only raw fruits and vegetables. You might feel light and active and receive a lot of return energy if you pay attention to what your body tells you. Expressing your thoughts and desires will come much more easily to you on this day. Given your tendency toward nervousness at times, this can be a big help. Even if verbal communication escapes you, this essence can see you finding other ways to get your message across. Try writing a letter or some poetry. Perhaps a picture can paint the words you want to say. Explore some of the possibilities. You're sure to find the way if you take the time to try. At the same time that the moon is making its first visit to your relationship sector since the last planet left Pisces, meaning that for the first time in 15 years there are no planets to clash with, Mars is just 2 weeks away from injecting a lot more passion and energy into your relationships. Until then, there is not only a chance to become more engaged and aware, but to draw on past experience when it comes to knowing what you want from your relationships and what they need from you. Until then, Mars is working with Venus to energize things on the income and job fronts. While the moon is making its ordinary monthly visit to your relationship sector, and this is something that every 4 weeks is a chance to check in and become more emotionally engaged and aware, with Mars now just 14 days away from returning to begin the most important relationship months of the year. This comes just as Jupiter is 7 days away from returning to your romantic sector to begin your luckiest year for love in over a decade. Daily Planetary Overview. Have you ever had one of those days where what you say just doesn't land the way you intended? You try to be clear, thoughtful, even kind, but somehow the message gets lost in translation. Maybe your tone is off, or the timing just isn't right, or the person on the receiving end hears something different from what you meant. If that sounds familiar, today's cosmic energy might help you make sense of it. If you've been sitting on a decision, one of those choices you've wrestled with for weeks or even months, this is a day when clarity might finally break through. Something within you stirs. You might suddenly know what to do, even if it goes against the grain or means leaving something behind. These kinds of moments where instinct meets readiness are powerful. Trust them. This isn't impulsivity, it's intuition sharpened by patience. Maybe it's a career move you've been contemplating, a boundary you've needed to set, or even a lifestyle change that feels overdue. Whatever it is, now is a beautiful time to choose what serves you and to release what doesn't. Change can be unsettling, but there's a quiet kind of confidence that comes from making choices in alignment with your deeper values. And once you decide, the support you need begins to reveal itself. As you begin to step into this new version of yourself, you'll notice how others respond. When you share your plans with genuine excitement, people naturally gravitate toward your vision. Your enthusiasm is magnetic. And even more importantly, you're in a place now where you're open to receiving support without suspicion or resistance. You're learning that accepting help is not a weakness, it's a strength. It's a recognition that we're all connected, and that collaboration can move us further than isolation ever could. Take a moment today to reflect. Is there a decision you've been avoiding that suddenly feels clearer now? Have you noticed someone in your life offering support that you've been hesitant to accept? Is there a conversation you've been meaning to revisit with a little more grace, a little more clarity? If so, today may be the perfect day to revisit those themes. But remember, progress isn't about perfection. It's about showing up honestly, doing your best with what you have, and being willing to learn from the process. In fact, consider this your invitation to pause and realign. There's strength in taking a step back to listen, to reflect, and to move forward with intention. Your life is not a race, it's a rhythm. And sometimes the most powerful transformations begin with a single moment of clarity. Your natural ability to communicate is coming back into harmony, especially when you lead with authenticity. When you speak from the heart, others hear you more clearly, even if your words aren't perfect. Keep sharing your ideas, keep refining your vision, and don't be afraid to invite others into your process. The synergy of shared enthusiasm is what turns good ideas into great outcomes. And if you're embarking on something new, whether it's a fresh start, a major shift, or simply a different mindset, know this: you are supported. The energy is shifting in your favor, and you have every reason to trust yourself. So let me ask you, what conversation or decision has been weighing on your mind lately? Have you ever experienced a moment where following your gut led you exactly where you needed to be? Who in your life has quietly supported you, and how? Can you acknowledge that today? Feel free to share your experiences and reflections in the comments. Your story might offer someone else the clarity they're searching for. Remember, every moment of misunderstanding is also an opportunity for deeper connection. Today might challenge you to listen more carefully and speak more thoughtfully, but it also invites you to grow, to connect, and to choose what's right for you. Stay grounded, stay open, and trust your voice. It knows more than you think.